see that right there, you guys? Stay tuned because I want to tell you a little bit about this very simple blouse. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Myra Lorraine. Thank you all for stopping in to watch my video. I really appreciate it. You guys know that. I say it every time I get on here. Welcome to all the new people and welcome to my longtime subscribers. Thank you so very much. Now, this one I think is going to be a brief one, mainly because, and I apologize to you guys, I couldn't get that video up Saturday, so I promise you two. So this is the first of the two installment. Now this one's it's going to be about this lovely top that you see right here, and it's a simple top, but you guys know that's how I rock. A simple life, simple clothes. So this one I've made before, and I just really wanted, I don't know why, but I like this kind of sagey green look. Actually, the company called this fabric Fern, but I like this kind, and I didn't have very much of this in my wardrobe. So I wanted to add some more. I think I had one or two other green things in my wardrobe, but I definitely wanted to add this piece. Now, you're looking at this fabric. I'll tell you about the pattern first. This pattern is new. It's not new to me. It's one I've made before, and it's the Jalie or Jalie, I believe it's pronounced, 3881, and it is called the rose top. Now I love this rose top. I've made it once before, I believe. Yeah, once before, and I fell in love with that top. I'll post that picture right here of the one that I made before. Still in love with that top. It's getting pretty faded out, and I think I got a little bleach spot on the bottom, so I'm probably going to have to make me a couple of more. But I may make them a little bit smaller, because when I made it, I was a little bit heavier than when I originally made it. I was a little bit heavier, and I noticed when I made this one, I thought it was going to fit me, and it's kind of big. So I probably lost a few pounds since I made the first one and made the corrections to the pattern. Anyways, this pattern, as I mentioned, was a Jalie, and it's called the rose top. And it comes in sizes 2 to 24. I think that's X small to a 2XL. And I found it for myself. I made a medium back then, but I had to make some adjustments to the pattern. And I think the adjustments worked pretty good. Although, as I mentioned, this one is a little bit big for me, and you'll see in the pictures. I think this neckline drops down a little longer on me than it should. It probably should come up a little higher. That shows that I probably should drop down to the small. I had fixed the opening on the arm side to make sure that my bra wasn't showing, but if I go down a size, I think that'll be okay too with the problem. That'll fix that problem too. Now let's talk about this fabric. Now this fabric came from a store that I've actually gone to before. I've actually purchased something from them before, and it was this fabric too. The name of that store is from Etsy, and it's called Essenique, and I'll put that information down here. But it's a Ukraine-based company, and when I thought about this fabric, this top, and I wanted one like this, a silk top in this color, the first person I thought about was this lovely lady over there in the Ukraine. I know they're having a lot of issues over there, so I just felt it was good to support her business, because she's still in business even though there's a lot going on there, and we're over there and we're praying for those people over there. So I decided to go ahead and order from her, knowing that it would take a while because it's coming from Ukraine. And it did take a while. I ordered it back in May. I think it was May 30th. I'm looking at my notes, you guys. And it arrived on July 18th. So yeah, that was almost about 2 months of waiting, but I was okay with that. I was in no rush. I just wanted the fabric, and it came packaged so nicely. I don't have the packaging anymore. She always does a really great job. And the price for this was $12 per yard. I noticed that it went up $1, which is not a problem for me because silks, especially feel like this, normally are about 26 or more, but that's for 100% silk. This one is not 100% silk. It's sold as silk, but it's 60% viscose, 39% silk, so it has a high content of silk in it, and 1% elastane. And let me tell you, this feels just like silk. Oh my gosh. The good thing about having the rayon in it though is when I made these before, and I'll show you those pictures of the ones that I made before. I made 3 of them in a light blue, a brown, and a navy. But I love those. When I made those, I wasn't sure about the wash because at the time when I read her instructions, she said that hand wash or machine wash, delicate. But I took a chance back then and I threw one of my tops, those 3 tops, in the wash. And I threw it in the washer and the dryer, and it came out like a champ. I mean, they come out looking exactly like this. Actually, this fabric has gone in the washer and the dryer, and it still comes out looking like this. But so I love it. I love it, this fabric, so much that I bought a 4th piece because this is my 4th piece. Now, and I showed you the pictures of my other 3. Now, let's talk about how I put this together. As I mentioned, I made this top before, and I can link that, I think it's up here. I'll link that video where I first made this rose top so you can see that review. I won't go into full review about it. It's a very simple top is what I can say, and I do believe that if you're used to doing collar and collar plackets as a beginner, then this would be an easy one for you to do. It goes together. You can put it in a few hours during the day and you can have you a nice simple top like this. What I love most about this top is, number one, it's a simple top, plain button up, but I love the way the back looks. It has this really pretty back yoke back down the middle. I mean the yoke across here with the pleat down the middle. I like the way that looks. And it is a shirt tail hem. I don't know if you can see that. It is a shirt tail hem. Turn this around so you can see it. There we go. And I do like that. I really, really like it a lot. Now, this fabric, I can tell you, it does fray. It frays not a whole lot, but it does fray to the point where you need to finish your hems, your seams, with a serge stitch or flat felt or however you want to finish it, but you have to finish your seams. You can't leave them raw because it does fray. So I serged on those other tops that I showed you. I serged those seam allowances, but on this one I decided not to. I'll take it off here so you can see it. I actually went ahead and I did flat felt seams, so you can see that. I did flat felt seams, so there was no open raw edge. And as you can see around the armhole edge, I actually pin that down, and that's the tip that I can give you guys if you're working with silks or rayons or anything really slinky like that. Just remember, put a lot of pins. Pins will be your, now in this fabric I could use pins. If it were 100% silk, that might be a little different because sometimes depending on the silk it'll leave a hole in there, and at that point I would probably use something like Wonder Tape or something to hold things down. But this one I used a lot of pins. I just took my time and I did a lot of pins, like in this picture, to make sure that I got those hems around the armhole, and that was just self fabric bias tape that I made. Actually, I believe there was a, yes, there is a pattern piece for this facing, and that's what I used to make the self fabric. But it went in, as you can see, beautifully. I love the way it turned out. It's a gorgeous top. Everything went together really, really nicely. So one of the other things too, some people say when you're working with rayons, especially because rayons tend to be a little slippery when you're sewing. I'm so used to working with rayons and fabrics like this that I really enjoy it. So a lot of times, especially with a rayon challis, I love that fabric. And as you guys know who have watched me for some time, I have quite a bit made out of rayon challis. With that, I just use my clips, my little clips on that because I'm used to them. But for some other people, tips, some people I've heard actually starch it. They use the starch to stiffen the fabric so that it's easier for them to work on. But for this, starch would have been a no-no. Absolutely no-no. I would prefer that someone use a Wonder Tape to hold things down, or something that's going to wash away, or use lots of pins, because I do believe that although, knock on wood, I've not gotten it yet, I do believe starch and some other things will stain this silk. So, but I love it. I'll show you pictures of me in this top. I have a couple of pictures here. As I mentioned, it's just a cute little simple top that I can actually wear under jackets, which I plan to this fall. I can wear under jackets with skirts. I could tuck it in. Many different things. I could tie up the front. You guys know I like a tie front top. Many things. So if you really like this style of button up, just a simple button up, this is a great pattern to do. I have a couple of them. I think I have another one that was done by Erin. Yes, she has a really simple, that style's so me. She has a really simple blouse pattern that I have as well, and that one makes a good simple blouse as well. So that's it, you guys. If you have any questions about this top, please let me know in the comment sections. You guys know I always love to hear what you have to say about anything, and I respond too. So don't forget, before you leave, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so you won't miss another video that's coming up this Saturday. Yes, I have another one coming for you Saturday, and it's already done and ready to go so you guys can see. Take care, and I'll see you Saturday. Bye-bye.